Can you guys all hear me, right? Is the mic working fine? Okay, I think it should be now. No, bro, just a Windows sound. No. Should be working now. Hello? I think it should be working now. Okay, perfect, perfect. That's good, that's good. This mic was acting up a bit, but yeah, should be fine now. Welcome everyone. Can you guys all hear me, right? Is the mic working fine? Alright. Let's go. Right, so we get started in a couple of minutes, guys. Streaming on YouTube is actually way better than Zoom calls. What do you guys think? I'm gonna open up the chat here. How do I get the chat on that side? There we go. Yes, yes, perfect. That's good, that's good. Alright, 2 more minutes and we get right into it. Make sure I have the link out to every channel. Make sure you guys also drop a like on the video. And any questions you guys have as I'm going through any of the pairs, just make sure to drop them down into the chat. One more minute, we'll get right into it, guys. Alright, so we're gonna get started now. Right, so hopefully everything's working fine. Right, so I'd like to welcome everyone that hopped on the call today. So as usual on a Sunday, we're going to be taking a look at the Forex markets. So they literally just opened 10 minutes ago. Really quickly, we're going to check if there's been any gaps in the market. I don't really expect there to be any. So there's really no gaps this week, which is always good. I don't really like seeing gaps. Maybe we have a few small gaps on CAD, but nothing too big. Chef JPY shouldn't be too bad. Right, so not bad. A bit on AUD, but that's good because for me it's just so much harder to, you know, kind of trade a Monday with gaps. It's just very, very annoying. So happy to see that there's no gaps around anyways. But as we always like to start, we like to take a look at DXY, right? So I'm going to take a look at DXY really quickly. You know, we always go through this every single Sunday, so we already kind of have a stance on where the DXY is at right now. Right, so if we take a look at the weekly, I'm going to mark out the most important levels, as you can see here. So this is a very, very important level right here. Right here would also be an important level because it's an area of reactions, right? So it used to be previous support, used to be previous resistance, right? And they've been broken through several times. But this area, even looking back at certain few months, even dragging this back years back, this area is still very, very active. If you take a look, boom, how many touches do we have around this area? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's just so much touches and reactions there. So we can tell that this is a very, very highly reactive area. Chef JPY buy now. Could be. Still haven't had a look at it, but I think for actually XXS JPY pairs, we're going to be looking for short-term sells, and then in the long term, you know, looking at the daily, the weekly time frame, we should be looking for buys, but I'll go over them in a bit. So taking a look at the daily time frame, right, these are our most important levels. Now taking a look here at the DXY, it's kind of hard, right? As you can see, we're kind of in this range, right? It's kind of created an M right here, but we're in this range, right? Price is consolidating between this area, right? Between this low and this high, price is just been consolidating. So there's kind of been indecision in the market. We don't know where the market is going to go yet, so we're going to have to watch these areas. Now the key areas to be looking at right now is this low right here. You really want to be looking at this low. And you want to pay attention to this candle right here. Right? Why? Because if you take a look at the 4-hour time frame as well, we can see that if this low gets broken, and if we actually take a trend line right here, boom, something like this, as you can see, our bullish trend line just like that got broken through. Now if we see this area get broken through, right, see very, very strong bearish momentum, this area gets broken to, we can start selling on from here, right? So right here we can either expect two things: for price to just keep pushing through, boom, break this area and just drop down, or we can expect a push down, up, retest of this trend line and push down, or we can expect for price to just keep pushing off this area, right from this area, for price to just push off, because it's going to be finding support in this area. So if we take a look at this wick, right, and we drag it back, boom, what do we have? Past support, very, very active area. So this is a very, very kind of critical situation in the market, so it's going to be decisive. So the next day, Monday's really going to tell us what's going to happen. If price ends up breaking through this area, as I said, I'm going to make sure I turn off Telegram because it's causing so much noise. How do I turn off the sound for Telegram? Notifications are pissing me off. Right. And my phone keeps buzzing as well. Right, so this should be fine. So whatever happens on the DXY, as I said, in the next 24 hours, we'll be able to tell. So as I said, if it breaks through, we're looking for sells on the DXY. If it starts reacting from this area and breaks up above this trend line, keeps going up, then we can start looking for buys again. But it depends if this is a false breakout or if it indeed is a breakout and we just want to retest on that and down again. I'm not actually even sure how to turn off my my notifications for Telegram. It just keeps buzzing. It's annoying me. Right. So if we take a look at GU, as we know the DXY is correlated with GU, right? If we take a look at GU on the 4-hour time frame, things could happen here, right? So if we take a look at the daily, I'm going to delete everything really quickly. If we take a look at the daily, we have kind of been in a bearish momentum. If we take a look here, just like that, if we draw a quick trend channel going up, something like that, we've kind of been in a bullish momentum, right? If we take a look at the 4-hour, we have been kind of consolidating around this area for a while, so a bit of consolidation. We had a bit of an impulsive move, boom, price goes up again, bit of consolidation, then boom. Last week we had a really nice impulsive move, and that was due to the DXY dropping, as you saw. So GU is inversely correlated, so whatever happens on a DXY, the opposite will happen on GU, EU, and all XXX USD pairs, right? So there's two things that we want to be looking out for here. The first thing that you want to do when you're looking at your chart is mark out the areas of reactions. Where is an area of reactions? This is a very key area right here, right? So as you can see, this previous resistance that got broken through, so this could become new support if we but we'll have to see how it reacts. Now, as I said, if we are looking for the DXY to keep pushing down, then we're going to be looking for buy setups from this area, and we can mark our buy setups from this area specifically, very close. If we take a look at the 2 hours, see if we have any nice institutional candles around that area. So not on 2 hour, but where we could buy it off of is this 4-hour candle, right? So this last down candle before the up move, we could be looking for buys off this area right here, right? So right here, stop loss below this 30 pips, and we could be aiming for this high to be taken out, giving us a beautiful nearly 6-to-1 risk to reward ratio. So it's all about your risk to reward, right? Never take a trade that's under 3-to-1. I see people taking 1-to-1. That's just not going to work out for you in the end, trust me. What we could mark out here as well is our double top that got created, right? Very clean double top, and this could be an area of liquidity because all people are placing their stop losses above these highs right here, right? So this is an area of liquidity where we could be targeting, but it also could be an area of support. So an area of resistance. So what do? We make sure that we take our profits before it reaches that area, because a lot of the time, especially as us smart money traders, and a lot of people get this confused as, oh, okay, let's place our take profit just a tiny bit above these highs to take out these highs and end up taking out that liquidity. But no, what if that area of resistance gets respected? Boom, comes up, misses your take profit, and it goes back down to break even. Do you understand? So always, if this is your area of resistance, then place your take profit a little bit below, just in case it ends up reacting off this level right here, right? So this could be one scenario. We could be looking to sell, to buy from this area right here. If we take our fib, right, I'm going to take from this low to high, from to this high, very close to our 71 area, right? So this is our discounted area that we could be looking to buy from here, and this would be our institutional candle, right? Boom, just like that. Now, if the DXY ends up going up, then we'll be looking for sells on GU. So where we could kind of frame an entry would be here. We could be taking a look at sells from this area, right? So we had this nice wick, could be considered that took out all this liquidity, right? It was a very strong bullish candle, and then this was the last bullish candle before the down move, right? So the very strong down move. Last bullish candle would be our institutional candle, so we could be looking for sells from here. So as I said, I'm kind of very indecisive still on USD pairs. I want to see what happens on Mondays, but what we can do today is still see where the markets could go, so either up or down, but understanding and knowing where we could take our potential entries from, right? So this could be your potential sell. So depending on what happens, what we could do is we could maybe buy to sell, right? I really need to turn off the notifications for this. Okay, I think all the notifications are turned off now. I don't think you guys should hear any more noise. And I'm gonna turn off Facebook in case I get more messages. All right, so that's perfect. Right, now let's take a look at GA. Right, so if we take a look at GA on the daily time frame, right, we've discussed this a couple of times. We saw that we were in a very, very bullish, well-respected trend channel. If you take a look at the weekly, maybe it could give us a better perspective, right? Just like that, very strong bullish trend channel, right? And up here, so price was going up. Then what did we have? We called this out perfectly, right? We called this out like 2 weeks ago. We called out this breakout, right? So I said if the price broke out from this, we're going to start seeing a big drop, right? And we did get exactly that, and price retested on the smaller time frames. We were able to get an entry. Now we were able to ride a few pips off it. We didn't ride the whole thing, to be honest, but we did catch a few of the sells. We were able to catch sells on the 1 hour. But anyways, if you were able to get in here, you could have held this thing for a nice boom, 600 pips, not bad at all, right? Now where would we have targeted? Let's take a look at this area. If we drag a box from the area that the price stopped from, we drag it out. Oh, okay, we can see why that this area was respected. Why? Because this is an area of resistance that became new support. So this is an area of reactions. So you can see here's a reaction. All of this consolidation is a reaction, and boom. So this is obviously going to trigger an entry, going to trigger a reaction from us. So boom, we had just that. Now if we take a look at AUD USD, it's correlated. And what did the AUD USD do? Did the same thing, right? So as we said, we were bullish on the daily time frame, right? We're in a bullish trend channel just like this. Now I don't really take the trend channel seriously, just something quick to draw to just understand where you are. You know, it's just guidelines to help you see where price is at and where price could potentially go from. Now, I forgot to turn on the chat. Also guys, make sure you are dropping in any questions if you guys need them. I don't know why my Telegram's still buzzing. Right, I turned off notifications for this channel as well. Alright, perfect. So what are we looking at? Right, so we were looking at AU. As I said, AU reacted off this level right here. So if we drag a box, boom, we can see that AU dragged, reacted off this area. Now as you can see, price is kind of scrambly around this area, but we were expecting a drop from here, and I know a lot of the team members, now I personally didn't catch this, but a lot of team members were able to actually catch this sell all the way up here. Now if you can spot these setups on the daily time frame, and I know I'm kind of jumping from pair to pair right now, like I jumped from GA to EU, but really quickly I just want to go over something on AU that you might have missed. Right, so as you guys were able to see that we were able to sell, right? We knew that on the daily time frame we were looking for sells right here, right? So if you wanted to look at the daily at the hourly time frame and you missed an entry on the sorry about that guys, can you hear me now? Right, so as I said, if you missed that, if you saw on that level, right, that we were able to sell on the daily time frame because we knew there was a lot of price action here, right, and we were looking for sells from here, and you missed it on the daily, it's fine, because you can take a look at the hourly and then you can try and snipe ideas from the hourly, just like here. Right, so for example, we were able, we missed that. Close your eyes, hover your mouse randomly, then draw a line there, and you will see a reason for that level to be strong or reactionary level. That's not true. That's not the way it works, right? That's true. Like nearly a lot of, there's so much levels out there that could be reactive. But the thing is, a lot of people get mixed up with support resistances. They're looking at 5-minute support resistance. They're looking at 15-minute support resistance, and they're wondering why that stuff is not working out. If you really want to trade support resistance, trade the higher time frames, right? And we don't use our reaction levels just to get in our entries. No, we use our reaction levels, and we use these areas to predict where the market could reverse, and now we can snipe an entry off that area. So as I said, for example, on a daily time frame, I marked out that area, right, and we saw why there was price action here, and now I'll show you how I got my entry. Then if we go down onto the hourly time frame, what do we have? If I delete all of this here really quickly, boom, boom, Boom. So we have a small institutional candle, the last up candle before the down move. So we saw price react off here, right? Created very, very strong bearish candles, right? Bearish candles, bearish engulfing, boom. And now we had this strong bearish engulfing candle, boom, another strong bearish engulfing candle. Why was I ready to sell from this area? Why? Because we saw that the market structure, even if we took it from here, market structure was going up, right? It broke our low from here, right? So it broke our market structure on a 1 hour time frame. So right here, I was ready to start selling. Not only was it ready to start selling just based off this 1 hour price action right here, it was ready to sell based off of the daily price action sitting right here as well, right? Because if you take a look at price right here, as you can see, price was able to easily push through, right, these areas because there was no areas to react from. It's just imbalance on imbalance. Imbalance is getting filled in, a little pullback, boom, imbalance is getting filled in, a little pullback. Right here is the area where we actually have a good bit of price action, right? Nice, neat price action. This is the area where we could have easily expected price to reverse from. And then when we see our reversal, we see our reaction, we see structure break, that's where we get in. And we get in on that last bullish candle before the down move, which would be called our institutional candle. And that's where we could have sniped our entry from, right? Boom. Just like that. The opener 50% of the candle is our institutional candle entry point. And boom, that's a zero drawdown entry. You could have easily had like maybe 20 pip stop loss if you wanted to be nice. Just maybe wait for a manipulation up above this candle. But realistically, price creating a higher high would invalidate the sell for me, right? So price did exactly that, and boom, away it goes. Where could you have targeted? You could have went for like maybe 100 pips for this area. You could have went all the way down to this area. Boom. And I know most people like took their profits around this area here. If we take a look at the daily time frame, you could have aimed for as low as all the way down here, right? 220 pips to this last bearish candle before the up move, right? So it's not a matter of just closing your eyes and hovering your mouse randomly. It's a matter of understanding where these levels are and then being able to scope out an entry. Because if I was looking at price action, right, just based off this, God knows I wouldn't even be able to like pick an institutional candle to enter off of. It's understanding where you're at in the market and the level, and then being able to get in from the institutional candle. So right, so as I said, because we're looking for sells on AU still, what I could be looking for on AUD/USD is a sell from this area, just right like that, the last bullish candle before the down move, right? Sell from this area. I am looking to continue sells down below. 82 pip stop, kind of big, but risk managed properly. We could aim all the way down to this area for this low to get taken out, and this area of support. So we could aim for all the way down here. If we take our fib, see if it lines up. Ooh, boom, perfectly lines up with our 50%. You got time to back test? What? As you can see anyways, the 50% of the candle here is our equilibrium level, right? 50% of the range. We could be looking to sell from this area, just like that. Boom, that's my sell on AU. And going back to GU, this is the exact area where I'll be looking to buy from. This daily candle. Boom, just like that. Let's spare 5 minutes together and try and backtest your strategy if you don't mind. Mate, trust me, we've been using this strategy for a very, very long time right now, and I can assure you that most of the people on my team have backtested this multiple times on their own, and we're able to catch these type of trades on the daily, sending in these charts, sending in our charts, right? Sending in our the signals into the Telegram groups, and even people on the free group are able to see these type of trades playing out and paying out accuracy, right? I could probably send you 200, 300 screenshots of the trades we've taken with all this with the accuracy that we're able to catch. So trust me when I tell you that the accuracy of this strategy is unbelievable, and it really does speak for itself. Bro, it works. Just learn the strategy and do backtest for yourself. Exactly, backtest it yourself and see, right? But understanding where smart money plays is the most important thing. Exactly, the smart money concepts. That's true, that's true. It's not like simple retail. Grand, we use a bit of retail here to understand where price could react off of, etc, etc. But the entries, the smart money concept entries, trust me, try and find a more accurate strategy and then I'd be willing to scrap this whole thing and, you know, start learning that. But for now, I've tried out tens and tens of different strategies, right? Indicators, this and that, but this is the most accurate strategy that I've ever come across, and that's what we're sticking with, and that's what we're teaching all our students, right? So I could be looking for a buy from this area, right? Boom, just like that. And that's where we could be looking for a buy from J, if it does end up coming back down. But I do believe it does come back down. But I do believe it'll come back down there, right? So taking a look at GJ, the same thing as I kind of discussed on GU. Smart money concept, sniper, indeed, bro, indeed. Right, so same thing I discussed on GU. We either look for buys from this area up to create another higher high, boom, come back down, push up, or we look for sells from this institutional candle. Boom, just like that. So from here down to that level. Try hardest, he's not good enough. Don't mind him, guys. He's I know this guy pretty well. Right, so taking a look at GN, this is a really nice entry that I was able to see on the daily time frame, right? So we can snipe an entry on the daily time frame on GN. So if we take a look at the daily time frame, going up clearly. Now price has been very scraggly around this area, just so wicky, so it's very dirty price action. But if we take a look at the 4-hour time frame, price has kind of been relaxing a bit. So as you can see, this is untradeable. Around here, this is nice price action that's easily tradable, right? So if you take a look at the daily time frame, same thing. The institutional candle, this perfect example of the institutional candle, right? So this is the candle that went down. We had the support being created, right? So we had liquidity being built up. So liquidity being built up, boom, people are buying every time it touches this area. It's buying. It's a very strong support area indeed, because even on a 4-hour and even like boom on a 1-hour, such a strong area of support. It got broken through by these very strong bearish candles, right? Boom, very strong bearish candle, took out the liquidity straight away. Once that candle got created, boom, what did it do? It hit stop losses from all the people trying to buy from this area, and it also triggered all sell stops. The minute it hit the stop losses from the people having their market execution buys here, from people having their buy limits here, boom, hit all their stops. It also triggered sell stops. People that placed their maybe sell stop down here, saying that, oh, okay, if price broke below the support area, we're looking for a breakout, we're trying to sell that breakout for the price to push down lower. So it did exactly just that. Boom, triggered all that, and then boom, went up again, and it smacked people. It smacks people's stop losses, or smacked them at break even, whatever it is, right? So that's the last time smart money sold to buy. So where do we look? We look for the mitigation, because all these bullish candles, they're in drawdown. They want to come back down to mitigate their orders off the opening or the 50% of the candle, right? That's where we're going. Boom. This area. And we could take a look at a buy from this area right here. Let's do this. Go to replay mode somewhere random in the past, and then try and take 5 live trades from there. Let me show you something really quickly. Let me turn off the screen really quickly, and I want to show you something really quickly on our Facebook page. Give this a second to load, guys. Right, so if we scroll down all the way, right, hopefully you guys can see this. If we scroll down all the way here to the 22nd of March, right, the 22nd of March, what did I send in? I sent in a GBP USD analysis for free to everyone. I put everything on the line, and I sent this out on Instagram, all my free Telegram channels, and I sent this out on my Facebook. Everyone was able to see this trade, right? Everyone was able to take this, and if it went to loss, people would have, you know, cried about it. If it went to profit, boom, would have proved that this would have worked. Reasons we're buying: the institutional candle took liquidity, right here. So reasons we're buying: institutional candle took liquidity. That institutional candle, boom. Well, this was this picture was on the hourly time frame, but if we took a look at the 2 hour time frame, these two candles made up the 2 hour institutional candle. So what did it do? Price dropped down, took out this liquidity, fundamentally bullish. At that time we were looking for GU to rise clearly from the fundamentals. Equal highs to target up above, so up above there we had equal highs, liquidity sitting up there. Lines up with the 88.6 fib level on the open of the 1 hour candle right here, and then EMA and MA about to cross, and they were just like that. And we also called that their line in the demand zone, and structure was broken on the 1 hour. So as you can see, a lower low was created, higher low, lower low, boom, that high right here was broken. We wait for a price to come back down, create a higher to create a higher low and then a higher high, just like that, right? Sorry, lower high. And what do we have? Right, we get out of here. How long was this? 22nd of March. 22nd of March. 2 days later, boom, entry. Got in from here. Now the 1 hour candle could have been a nicer entry, just like that, off this 1 hour candle. But for the signal that we sent out, for the entry that we sent out, it was off the 2 hour. Boom, just like that. Down here, dropped and hit our take profit. Easy. And if we take a look at GU right now, if you held this, right? If you held this, and I believe it was, can't remember where exactly that trade was from, but it was somewhere back there, I think. But if you held this, you'll be all the way up here right now, right? So that just proves it right there. So moving on to our next pair, Euro GBP. So I could be looking for buys if we're looking. That was a 900 pip move you called. Yeah, bro. So I sent that to out to every single person, right? And everyone was able to take it a lot. And I even sent it out to the premium group. We all took it, and it was a really, really nice trade, right? And it worked out fine. So that just proves maybe that wasn't the cleanest entry of all, but trust me, we've had much nicer, cleaner setups before than that, right? Anyways, taking a look at Euro GBP, this could be the area I'd be looking to enter from, right? So Euro GBP, 40 pip stop loss. I hailed 114 to 126. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. It was a really, really nice trade, and if you were patient with it, you could have caught way more than what we were able to catch there. Like that was only like, the TP for that was like only 100 pips, wasn't it? Probably, yeah. Oh, it was only 260 pip take profit, right? But you were able to easily catch even more than that if you just held on to it. So anyways, that's the last down candle before the up move. We can be looking for retest mitigation of this last bearish candle before the up move, push up. As you can see, price has kind of been consolidating in this area, in this box, and hopefully we kind of saw this price break out strongly from this area. Now as you saw, price did the same thing here. It was consolidating, boom, price broke out of this area, then kind of came back into that area and started consolidating again, right? Now here's the thing, the euro was very, very strong last week, and the euro and GBP, there's going to be a lot of indecision until we know exactly where the GBP stands, because as you saw, we want a clear direction. Price kind of like moves up a bit and then comes down a bit, moves up a bit. We want a clear direction, want a big push to one side, right? So for now, I want to see this high get broken. Once this high gets broken, boom, we could be looking for buys and long from now on. But I want to see what happens in the next few hours. I'll be monitoring this, but this could be a potential setup depending on what happens around this area. Now, right, once price breaks up over here, that's where we're looking for longs. But as long price stays down here, we're going to be looking for shorts still, because it's still in the seller zone right here, right? It's still in the seller zone right here. So we're going to have to see what price moves us on from this area, right? So taking a look at USD Cad. So USD Cad was able to find support around this level, and it started reacting right now. Now what I am looking for is sells around this area, right? Very, very strong reaction area. And we have an institutional candle right here, so the last up candle before the down move. How we could be looking for sells on USD CAD depending on how the DXY does. Now if the DXY does end up going down, right, and now remember the USD CAD is highly affected by the US oil, and we're looking for CAD weakness. But honestly, I'm just going to stay awake and see and look at what the DXY does, because if the DXY does end up going down, then that's where we're looking for a short setup just from this area right here. So keep an eye on this level right here, and once price reaches this area, try short, nice slot. Make sure you're risk managing well. That's it. Yes, I'm not really going to go over anything here. I don't really see any nice setup. USD JPY, still don't really see any nice setup. Now, we did call this sell very, very nicely the last week. Boom, so we had this break. Price pushed up. Beautiful, beautiful sniper entry on this, right? So we're able to catch a beautiful sniper right here. Boom. And then price dropped, right? Didn't hit our TP, but you could have took profit around that area when you started seeing that consolidation. And then price came back up again, hit that level once again. You could have maybe sold again once here, up the top here. And I do eventually see USD JPY going down, right? I do see JPY strength. So I do believe that all XXX JPY pairs are going to start dropping from this level, right? So right, so we're going to take a look at NZD USD. Will be the same thing for us on a daily time frame. Right, non-institutional candle on the daily time frame. Most likely sell setup on NZD USD would be right here. So this bullish candle, last bullish candle before the down move. What do we wait for? We wait for the mitigation out of the open of this candle, and then boom, for prices to continue down. Now I know I saw people looking to buy from this candle. It looks really, really nice, but I do believe, just based now, remember that ADUSD and NZD are correlated, but I do believe that just from this area that we're going to be expecting pushes down, right? I don't think that price is going to react from here, but we're going to have to see. If price indeed does break below the wick right here, then we're just going to be looking completely for price to keep shooting down. Yo, screen recorded used to stream. OBS, it's a free software that you can get, really, really nice. Everyone uses it. So NZD JPY, here could be another sell setup. As I said, looking for NZD JPY sells. I know scams are appearing on my screen, right? NZD JPY sell right here, beautiful sell. Boom. Look for price to drop. We're gonna also go over gold in a second, right? 1 second, guys. Did you still look on the timing of the institutional candle? Yeah, it's fairly important timing of the institutional candle. Usually the institutional candle made during the New York and the London session, especially the early hours of the New York and London session, are high probable institutional candles. Institutional candles created during Asia, not so well, because that doesn't, like smart money usually doesn't play around that time. Smart money is usually active, especially London session. That's the time you want to be trading, right? So for example, this institutional candle, boom, this lines up with the 2 hour, so 2 p.m. GMT. So this would be nearly the open of New York session for us, which is good time, right? It's a good time. So AD JPY, nothing here. ADCHF was really, really nice. Look at that. Beautiful bearish momentum, but I do believe that we should be getting a pullback somewhat soon, you know, just to fill in all these imbalances and sell from this area. So this could be another sell potential right here, right? ADUSD, same thing. Chef JPY. Now for Chef JPY, we could be looking for, now here's the thing, I do believe that for Chef JPY, I think all the XXX JPY pairs should be going down, but Chef JPY should be pushing up, right? And realistically, we should see it in the long term push up all the way above these highs right here, right? But we're gonna have to see. Honestly, you could easily buy Chef JPY right now from this last down candle before the up move, but we're gonna have to see, right? Because for me, Chef should be pushing up, but JPY should be pushing down. So for all I know, we could actually be trading in the box for next week, but we're just gonna have to react. It's too early to tell with this sort of price action. Still hasn't broken above this price action. Once it breaks up above this right here for me, then I can be looking for buys. But for now, it's still kind of in a downtrend, right? Still in this downward channel. Thoughts on Euro NZD? Did I not go over Euro NZD? Okay, so Yeah, so your NZD. In a normal scenario, obviously we'd be looking to sell. Last up candle for the down move. Boom, this was a beautiful sell. Now 1 hour you could have caught a few pips. Boom, exactly to the point. Price dropped. It's kind of pushing back up now. Now what I do believe is that it's going to continue up. Why? Because what we saw in the NZD USD. So if I'm looking for NZD USD to still keep pushing down, right, then I believe that the Euro NZD is going to be pushing up. Now on the daily time frame, beautiful buy opportunity from this area. Right now, take a look at where your NZD reacted from. This was very anticipated. Called this out at one of the calls before. This area right here, so this area of previous resistance, right, became new support, and it could found support on this area as well. So it reacted from this area. Price is now pushing back up. So what we could expect is a retest back down to this institutional candle. Boom, boom, for price to continue up that direction, right? But we're gonna have to see. For all I know, it could keep pushing up just from this area because it broke that trend line, right? Broke that trend line and it retested that trend line to push up. So we're gonna have to see. But I do believe that Euro NZD should keep pushing up unless we see some sort of turnover this week in the fundamentals, and maybe we would want to sell from this area, as I said, and then we could be looking for down. But I do believe that price should come down, fill in this imbalance at least, right, minimum this area. I would want to see fill this area, but there's so much imbalance down here, right, that you do want to see get filled in. So we're gonna have to see what's up. 914 subs, G's gotta go. I say no more, bro. Talk to you later. Euro odd was an absolutely beautiful buy setup, right? So Euro odd, I think it was on the 4 hour time frame, right? So on the 4 hour time frame, if we take a look at Euro odd, why would we buy from this area? Boom. Once we saw, because as you saw, right, on Euro odd, price is pushing down lots, right? Very bearish. So you're kind of wondering, where's price going to react from? Where do we start looking for buys? That's where you take a look at the daily time frame and mark out this area. Boom. Very strong area. Broken, oh my god. Broken resistance becomes new support, right? Price comes down, touches off this area, boom, pushes up. Where do we look for our entry? The 4 hour time frame. Institutional candle got created, price, boom, wicked into this area where we could have bought, and off it goes. An absolute trade of the week. How much is this? 500 pips. Beautiful trade. Price is rising. There is no bearish candle there. That's the type of trade that you want to get into. Literally all bullish candles on the 1 hour time frame except for this one. That's seriously, that's like the type of setups that you want to get into, because god, like you wouldn't even have any FOMO of price trying to retrace. Like there's just no retracements at all. And the sad thing is I ended up getting out at this area. So I did hold it from all the way down here up to here, and I got out here just in case price was going to react from this institutional candle. But as you saw, price clearly broke through this area, and now we're looking for buy setup, so demolish this area. Also looking for maybe this resistance to get tested. Went up to that resistance, literally just like reacted off a bit, is pushing through. Now that's going to be unstoppable. It's going to be pushing up higher. On the daily time frame, I honestly doubt price is going to come down all the way down back to this area. So honestly, I see no setups right now. There's no setups to get on the buy. So you just want to stay on until price pulls back and creates some sort of institutional candle on the 1 hour, 2 hour time frame, right? But that's it for now on Euro odd. And I'm sorry for holding you guys back. I know that this is a bit of more of a longer call than usual, but I hope you guys are gaining some value. Right, so we're gonna get into more interesting pairs. I know a lot of you guys want me to go over gold. Also guys, if you're interested in any pair, make sure to drop it now, because I'm nearly done and I can probably go over some of the pairs that you guys want me to go over. Right, so if you're interested, just drop it down. If you have any questions, I'll be open to take a couple of questions as well. Right, so going over gold. Right, so gold. So daily time frame, we take a look at the daily time frame. Bullish, clearly bullish. We take a look at the 4 hour time frame though. What did price do? Price came down, retested this area of support, then it went up, rallied up, tried to create a higher high. It didn't. End up creating a level of resistance here. right? Created a top right here. What did price do? Go down, created a higher high from this leg, boom. Tried to break through, couldn't. It started dropping down from this area right here. Now, what and as you can see, didn't create a higher high, created a higher low, then a lower low. So what I'm expecting is a higher low, lower low. I do believe that price maybe should try and go down even further and test this area, right, before pushing back up. So I do see that the gold, that gold's gonna start pushing down from now. Honestly, I know a lot of people are trying to buy. I wouldn't buy from this area yet. Maybe wait for this area to start buying and getting in on more discounted prices. But for now, you're looking for shorts. So you either want to go in for that short-term sell, right? You either want to go in for that short-term sell to buy up, or you just wait for that area here and then you buy up. So that's up to you. GCAD should be a good buy option from the daily. I actually haven't taken a look at DCAD. I'll take a look at that in a second. But what I am looking for on gold is a very, very nice sell setup from this area. Very, very nice. Right, so if we take a look here, boom, just like that. And by the way, I appreciate everyone for being on the call. Appreciate everyone that was here. And if you guys are interested in hopping on our free channel, make sure to check the description down below, and you can get access to our free information there. Just like that, and boom, 60 pip stop for a potential of a beautiful. We'll just aim here for this low to be taken out for a nice 400 pips. Beautiful entry. If we're able to catch this, seriously, you don't really need to trade for the rest of the week. So if you wait for this and this actually plays out to how we want it to play out, the only thing about gold that's pissing me off these days is the spreads. The spreads are extremely, extremely high, and it's honestly really, really hard to trade these days with the gold spreads, right? So maybe you want to keep your stop loss a bit wider. Just watch the trade, really watch it. But honestly, spreads on gold are kind of scary. Like, it's 10-15 pips. It's a bit much in my opinion, right? But honestly, this looks like a really, really nice setup from this area here. So this sell, and if we take the fib, beautifully, absolutely beautiful 78.6 area. So nice premium area to sell from right here. And there's an imbalance in between these two candles, so we could be looking for this to be filled in for the drop down. And I believe that this is going to be a really, really nice sell. So we're going to have to wait and see how price plays out. But it's in a nice downtrend channel like that. So really, really excited to see how this gold trade plays out. And definitely will be hopping on this one. USD Mxn, right. On a daily time frame. So USD Mxn is kind of in this uptrend. Something like this. Now, what I'm waiting for on USD Mxn is honestly to start to either break out here or break out below here. No. Price came down to the support level, reacted. No, I didn't actually analyze USD Mxn, so I'm doing this live. If price starts pushing down from this area, our next buy opportunity would be this open of this daily candle. Honestly, I would not trade daily on USD Mxn. It's gonna be crazy pip. So like, this is probably like 500 pips on aim line. Yeah, it was close. 560 pips. It's crazy. Now the thing about it is the pip value on this is like 0.4. So for every 10 pip, on a standard, you're only making like $4 or €4. Yeah, €4, like $5, something like that. So don't be scared. And I do remember someone asking me, how do you calculate pips on this? Do you see here? You just take the first three numbers. So 5, 7, 8. That's 578 pips, right? If you want to take a look at, for example, like smaller, boom, this first two numbers, that's 53 pips. So that's just how you calculate USD Mxn. Honestly, right now I don't see any setups on USD Mxn, so I'm not going to call it out, and I'm just going to leave it for now. So GJ, can I go over GJ? Yeah, so what I was saying is we're either going to get push up off GJ from this area, depending on what the DXY does, or we can be looking to sell GJ off this 4-hour candle. But we're still kind of indecisive on GBP for now. We want to wait and see what the DXY does, and then we can make a decision from then. Right, so any more questions that you guys have? Any pairs that you guys want me to go over? Anything like that? And if you don't mind, guys, please make sure to subscribe so you can get more of these, because we'll be doing these calls every single Sunday. Make sure to drop a like on the video as well. And if you guys are interested in getting more of these calls, make sure to message me on Telegram, because we have 4 of these calls weekly, right? So 4 calls weekly. If one call is not enough for you, we also have our smart money course that if you want to go through, and our signals and copy traders. So if you guys are interested in any of that, make sure to reach us out on Telegram and we can get you sorted. And if you're on Lux's team as well, you know, message him and he can get you sorted. Gcad, oh shit, sorry, I didn't even notice. Gcad, right. Daily time frame, yeah, that's beautiful. I see where you're looking for this, right? Boom. GU, we've already went over GU, bro. If you want to take a look at GU when this live is over, you should be able to scroll back all the way to the start. You should be able to scroll back all the way to the start of the stream, and GU is like the first or second pair every Sunday. Yup, every Sunday. So GCAD, can aim for this triple top, boom, liquidity, fib, this low to this high, 71 area, absolutely beautiful buy setup from this area. So we're gonna have to see what price does. Right, definitely price wants to come back and fill in this huge imbalance in price right here. So that's what we could be looking for. So that's cool, man. It is. USD, have I went over this? I actually haven't went over USD. So USD is the same thing, guys. Buy a setup from this if DXY starts going down, and if DXY wants to sell down, then we look for a sell setup from this area, wait for price to kind of rally down and back up. So that's pretty much it for this analysis, guys. So I hope everyone got a bit of value. As I said, if you're interested in hopping on our Telegram, make sure to do so. Also drop a like and subscribe for more of these calls every Sunday. I appreciate everyone for hopping on, and I hope everyone has a great trading week. Thank you.